Hello, a pleasant morning to each and everyone. So, for this morning, we will be discussing another topic, which is all about preparing the restaurant area for service. Okay, so we have our learning objectives that at the end of the session, the students must be able to number one, let's understand the preparation area of restaurant service. Differentiate mise-en-scene and mise-en-place. And lastly, let's identify the proper handling of equipment used in a restaurant service. So we have a lot of topics that we have discussed already from the previous meeting. So now we are on our fourth week or session for this preliminary term. So let's proceed with our new topic for today. So I hope everybody will watch this pre-recorded lesson hanggang matapos, no? Because I'll be giving a short quiz, okay, sa face-to-face class natin. Okay? So if you're ready, let's start. Okay? So going back with our topic, preparing the restaurant area for service, it is very vital to understand, of course, how you will proceed with the opening and closing processes, okay, that you need to apply or execute during the operation or the service inside the restaurant. So we have the word here later on, no? We have the word mise en place, and then we have also the mise en scene. So we need to differentiate the two for what is their job in preparation for the opening as well as for the closing of the restaurant. So, did you know, class, that the importance of a restaurant opening lies in its we say ability to make a strong first impression. Okay? Bakit? Because it attract initial customers, no? And also, from that, we can easily establish a positive reputation to our customers. So, sabihin na natin na a successful opening of a restaurant sets, okay, the tone for the restaurant's future success and also to generate income for the excitement also of the customers and their interest, no? So that at the end of the day, we can consider them as our potential patrons. Okay? So we're not about to sell products lang, to provide service, no? During. Pero ang tanong kasi, anong ginagawa ng mga F&B staff before tayo mag-accommodate ng mga customers. Okay? So, kasama yan sa trabaho or responsibility ng mga F&B staff regardless of the position or the title na meron sila sa loob ng restaurant is of course to open the restaurant, to prepare for the service. And hindi din nagtatapos doon. Kasi pagkatapos ng buong araw ng duty and service operation, we need to close the restaurant. So again, the question is that, paano ba? Paano ba gagawin ito? Okay? So number one, briefing before the service is very essential, no? Sa service operation natin. Why? Because briefing is a short and concise instruction about to be performed each work shift to facilitate a two-way communication between the management and the staff. So, briefing, no, the content is that more of the specific instructions, no, especially sa ating mga F&B staff, no, na ano ba yung dapat nilang gampanan within the day? Ano yung dapat nilang i-perform? Okay? Perform is something to do with their task, of course, in the job. It's not about the performance na talent na iniisip natin, no? How they will perform, ano ba yung specific task na naka-designate sa kanila on that day. Okay? For example, FNB staff number 1 and 2, they are assigned sa front of the house, no? They will act as a receptionist or pwede ring sila yung magtitake ng order sa guest or sila naman din ang in charge, for example, sa bar or magkakashier sila. So, we need to be familiarized with that task before we open para alam natin yung communication natin sa bawat isa. Okay? So, dadating kasi yung point na lalo na kapag maraming customers, marami tayong kailangang servan, nagkakaroon na ng pagkakagulo sa loob ng restaurant kasi hindi alam kung anong uunahin or sino yung i-cater. So if we have the proper division of labor, of course, mas maliwanag sa atin paano magiging effective yung performance natin within that day. So that is part of the briefing. And also briefing is conducted by the supervisor at the beginning of each workday, and it involves all supervisory level staffs from related departments. So usually early in the morning before we proceed with our duty. So makikita natin dito yung um, command or yung mga nasa authority natin. No? Sila yung magbibigay sa atin ng instructions. No? Whether the instructions is for the task or whether the instructions is to keep the stock ready if ever may complaint. No? Or if ever may mga out of stock items tayo, or menu or ingredients na hindi natin pwedeng i-provide sa customer. So maganda from the beginning pa lang ng work or shift is ma-discuss na sa atin. So para ma-avoid natin yung any um, mistake or any complaint from the customer. So again, it is conducted by our supervisor. Okay? And also the manager or pwede yung mga team leads kung sino man ang naka-assign on that day. And also it is daily this is a daily routine performed in the presence of the work-related staffs followed by mise en scene and mise en place. So again, we have the important word here to be remember is a daily routine. So hindi to katulad ng mga meetings na kinakonduct usually monthly, okay, or every say for example once a week or twice a week. No, hindi. Yung briefing na to is usually or everyday kailangan gawin ng ating mga supervisor. Okay? So, next is we have the importance of briefing, of course. So, number one, it helps the staff to know the special assignment of the day. So, gaya ng example ko nga sa inyo kanina, mas nagiging malinaw sa atin kung saan tayo naka-assign or saan tayo ni-schedule ng ating manager or ng ating supervisor. Okay, and it helps the staff to know the functions, reservations, menu, and service. So for example, sa number 2 natin, if ever may nagpabook ng early, um, say for example, may mga events kasi, no? Or meron mga particular occasions na ahead of time nagpabook yung mga customers or guests. So, mas maganda na nai-inform na tayo from the beginning pa lang of the shift para alam lahat ng F&B staff natin kung ano yung specific place kung saan natin i-cater yung nagpabook ahead of time or malalaman natin ahead of time din ilang tables or seats na lang ang available because of the reservation nga. Ibig sabihin may naka-occupy na, hindi tayo pwedeng magpapasok ng guest. So we need to monitor the number of packs or the customers na pwedeng pumasok. And that is part also of the briefing. And also yung menu, so for example, we have promo, we have discount, no, pagdating sa mga menu or may mga menu tayong out of stock or hindi natin pwedeng ma-provide or hindi natin sa kanila ma-serve on that day lang naman. So, sa briefing din yan dinidiscuss. Okay? Para hindi tayo magkaroon ng mistake or complaint at the end of the day na nag-take tayo ng order and then hindi mo pala alam, no? Na wala pala tong klase ng dish na to or menu na to. And also, when it comes to service, to make it effective and efficient, mas maganda, malinaw sa F&B staff na ano ba yung dapat niyang galawan. Ano yung area kung saan ba siya totaling naka-assign aside from the special assignment is ano yung specific na duties na kailangan niyang i-perform on that day. Siya ba ay um, for 8 hours, halimbawa, is receptionist lang siya or meron tayong transition. Let's say, for example, receptionist siya sa 8 to 11 a.m. And then pagdating ng afternoon, for example, 1 to 4 is pwede naman siyang mag-take ng order. So, alin doon? So, kailangan maging maliwanag din sa briefing. Okay po? So, number three is review of general rules and policies, likes and dislikes of regular guests, and also number five is to help in running the operations smoothly. So, those are the things that we need to consider so that we can give a satisfying experience, no? Pagdating sa ating mga customers, lalo na yung mga papasok sa restaurant. Okay? And also, yan. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina that we need to differentiate anong pagkakaiba po pag sinabing mise en scene and mise en place. Okay? So, may open and close parenthesis tayo dito which means the pre-preparation. Ang ano, no? May preparation na meron pa palang pre. 'Di ba when we say pre, this is something to do with or in connection with the word ahead, okay? Or ano pa bang naiisip nyo when we say pre? Pre means what to you? Are you familiar with that word? Di ba meron din tayong post-preparation and then meron din tayong ayan, pre-preparation. So aside from the word ahead, ano ba yung pre na yan? It's not about pare, ha? Yan. What's um what's on your mind, students, when we say pre? Yan, nag-iisip ba? Okay, so aside from ahead of time, 'di ba? When we say pre-preparation, it is something to do with the task that you need to be accomplished before the time begins. Okay? So mise en scene, this refers to preparing the environment of the area in order to make it pleasant, comfortable, safe, and hygienic for the waiter. Restaurant is the service area. Okay? So, kung titingnan kasi natin ang mga food attendant or yung waiter and waitresses, saan ba sila gagalaw during their duty? 'Di ba? Sa dining area. Okay? So, sa dining area, we need to see to it na nakaset ng maayos yung pinaka-environment ng restaurant. So, yung mise natin is referring to the environment of the restaurant. Okay? So, before each service session, the restaurant should be made presentable enough to accept guests. Okay, so isa-isahin natin, ano ba yung kailangan nating i-prepare since we're talking about the environment of the restaurant? Ano-ano ngayon yung mga kailangang ihanda ng ating mga waiter and waitresses? So, next slide. So, the following mise en scene. Okay, so things that they need to prepare is of course, number one, speaking of the environment. Okay, balik tayo dun na environment of the restaurant is the carpets are well brushed. Okay, lalo na sa mga formal fine dining restaurant, mapapansin natin dyan may mga carpets talaga na nakalagay for every every seat, no, or every table. So make sure natin na that is free from any dirt or wrinkled free siya, hindi ganun gusot, hindi maduming tingnan, hindi kumbaga maaliwalas, no, sa paningin ng ating mga guests. And of course, part of mise en scene is all tables and chairs are serviceable. So, we need to check first before the opening of the restaurant if yung sandalan yung mga paaba ng ating mga chairs is nagfa-function, okay, ng maayos or working yung ating mga chairs. Baka naman nakaset up pa yan, halos putol na yung isang paa or hindi na pwedeng sandalan. So, delikado yan. Okay, table lights or wall lights have functioning bulbs, of course. Regardless if morning, afternoon, or evening, no? Kailangan nating magkaroon, I mean is that um, makadagdag ng good ambience and comfortable ambience sa loob ng restaurant is to have the lights and wall lights. So, lahat dapat is nagfa-function. Of course, the menu cards are presentable and attractive. So, ito mga menu cards natin, iba't ibang customers ang pwedeng humawak within the day. No? So, hindi natin pwedeng mabilang ilang customers yung pwedeng um, mag-handle niyang mga yan. So, before the opening of the restaurant, of course, is kailangan pinupunasan din ang ating mga menu cards to make it presentable. And yung mga menu cards na may dog ears na, yung mga dog ears meaning yung may mga nakatupi, may lukot na, or hindi na mabasa yung mga words or mismo yung name ng mga dishes, dapat inaano na natin siya. Inaalis na natin para hindi na natin mabigay sa customer. Okay? And that is part also of presentable, no? Na menu card and to make it more attractive. Yung mga dapat palitan, palitan na. Okay? And 10 cards or other sales material are presentable. So, it's look like a menu card pero may sample tayo dito later on. Nakatayo yung menu cards na to. Okay? And then, naka-display lang to sa table ng ating guest. And then, part also of Miss in Scene is doors and windows are shown open for some time to air the restaurant. So, this should be followed by closing the windows and doors. So, there are times na may mga restaurant tayo like the style is al fresco lang, no? So, of course, um, kailangan lang natin i-open ang doors and windows for that. Okay? Kasi walang masyadong hangin na pwedeng pumasok sa loob since that is al fresco type of restaurant. Okay? And even naman naka-air condition ang ating restaurant, so pwede rin naman at the beginning of the shift, no, before mag-start ang pag-accommodate ng guest is i-open para lang um, sumingaw, no, yung puwedeng kulob yung amoy sa loob for the whole period of time na naka-close ang restaurant kahit ilang oras lang yon. May mga gano'n kasing so kailangan lang natin siyang i-open. And then we need to close that one also kapag maayos na yung loob ng restaurant. Okay? Naayos na natin yung environment. And then setting the air conditioning or heating to a comfortable temperature. Okay? Exchange dirty linens for fresh linen. So, yung mga tablecloth natin. Sa mga table ng guest, no, we need to change all those linens. And tablecloths and mats are laid on the tables. Wilted flowers or discarded and fresh flowers requisition. Okay, so yung mga wilted flowers, yung mga lanta ng bulaklak, no? So usually sa mga formal fine dining restaurant, mapapansin nyo tong preparation na to. Pero sa mga casual lang kasi na restaurant, hindi natin ina-apply to. Okay? Kasi yung ibang restaurant naman like casual, no, wala naman yung mga etc. pang preparation, no, compare sa ating formal fine dining restaurant. Okay? And then what else? The waiter, you should ensure the following mise en scene is complete before opening. So may checklist din dapat tayo ng items, no? Kung ano na yung nagawa natin from the first one, carpets are well brushed, up to the last which is the wilted flowers. Kung nagawa na lahat 'yan, maaring ready na para buksan, no, ang ating restaurant. Okay? So, next. Ayan, ito yung sample natin ng 10 cards. Okay? So, as you can see, naka-display na yan sa table ng guest at iba't ibang marketing strategy ang ginagawa ng every restaurant, pwedeng may mga discount, may promo, or pwede yung nasa unahang picture ng 10 cards nila is yung best seller nila, or kung ano yung menu of the day, and so on. So, ayan yung sample ng 10 cards natin. And we have also the mise en place. Okay, so differentiate natin. Kanina yung mise en scene, it's all about the preparation of the environment ng restaurant. Okay? Ang mise en place naman, ano ito? So mise en place means putting in place. So preparedness of the service, specific stations, and food and beverage personnel. So it involves the mise en place natin. Again, when we say mise en place means putting in place. So ano yung mga ilalagay natin? Mga sauces, different sauces or condiments. Kailangan naka-refill na yan per container. We have also toothpicks and toothpick holders, sugar bowls with teaspoons for each, straw holders, ashtrays, which is clean and polished, and service spoons and forks, and also the bread basket. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-common, no? And very important equipment, tools and equipment, no, na kailangan i-ready ahead of time kasi almost lahat ng guest, no, ire-request to from time to time. Okay? So, mas maganda na ihanda na natin siya before tayo mag-cater ng guest para at least dire-diretso tayo sa ating service operation within the day. And of course, we have pick up and cleaning equipment and supplies. So, part din to sa preparation ng ating restaurant. So number one is that you need to have the list of items to be picked up and to be installed at the service station to make sure nothing is left out. So for every restaurant kasi meron tayong tinatawag na service station. So yung service station na yon, doon natin ilalagay po lahat ng tools and equipment, no, na from time to time gagamitin natin siya from the service. Okay? So, ma-avoid na natin yung going inside the kitchen para kuhanin halimbawa yung mga plates, kunin yung kutsara tinidor, kumuha ng extra toothpick, kumuha ng straw, kumuha ng paper bag for takeout, kumuha ng food wrap para sa takeout ulit, and so on. So you need to have the list of items na doon sa ating tinatawag na service station, which is normally located to at the side of the cashier or sometimes sa front side ng ating restaurant. So, depende. Okay, pero lahat ng restaurant is merong service station. And even the glass, nandun din. Okay, so, in picking up and cleaning the equipment and supplies, you need to, first is, ayan, hin-highlight ko, list of items. So, naka-ready na siya ahead. And then, bring the requested items in a trolley or bus pan, okay? And then, follow the guidelines as follows. Okay, so yung mga ano natin, yung mga equipment and supplies needed for the service. So if ever that we need to get all those list of items sa kitchen, one at a time lang. You need to put it on a trolley or a bus pan and then put it on the um, service station. Okay? Kasi from the beginning ng shift natin, wala pang laman yung service station na yan. Lalamanan pa lang yan pagpasok ng staff. Okay? Lalagyan pa lang yan, usually sa opening. So ngayon, kung ilalagay mo na lahat ng needs na equipment and supplies, you need to have the trolley or bus pan because you will get those equipment and supplies sa kitchen pa yan manggagaling. And then ikaw na magsiset up dito sa service station. So ano yung mga kukunin natin? No? So ano yung mga category ba sang category ba naka-align pag sinabing plates, pag sinabing spoon and fork, pag sinabing glass, ayan. So we have the three category here which is letter A, China wares. So yung China wares natin, it must be piled up by tens to avoid accidental breakage. So like what? Yung mga dinner plate, okay? Yung mga saucer, mga underliner natin, mga soup plate, okay? Consomme, soup cup, ayan, mga sample natin yan ng China wares. So kapag kumuha ka, class, ng number of equipment and supplies from the kitchen, ipapiled up mo muna siya by 10 bago mo siya ilagay sa trolley or bus pan. Okay? Nakukuha ninyo yung yung routine. By 10 lang, so that you can avoid accidental breakage. Huwag kayong magmadali, no? Say for example, o sige, kuha na ng 50 or 25 na dinner plate para isahan na lang na nahakot. Usually, ganyan eh. And then, hindi na tayo babalik sa kitchen. Lagyan na natin sa service station lahat. Pero, delikado yung plano mo. So, there are times na pwedeng um, mabasag because of some reason. Kasi, ang dami mong kinukuha. Hindi naman siya kaya ng trolley or bus pan. So, again, binibigyang din lang natin dito. You need to be piled of those supplies by 10 lang. And then, pagdating naman sa glassware, like, ano ba yung mga glassware natin? Tandaan nyo yung ninyo, practical ninyo last time sa laboratory natin. Di ba marami tayong glassware? Water goblet, service water glass, beer mugs, margarita, ano pa ba? Cordial, ang dami. So, kung ano yung gagamitin mo within the day, so you must be placed that glasses in a glass rack before you will transfer that sa service station. Siyempre, by the presence again of the trolley or bus pan. So, yung glass rack natin, hindi ka pwedeng maglagay dyan ng iba't ibang types ng glass. So, you need to put glasses, one type, no, per one glass rack. Halimbawa, water goblet lang lahat ang kukunin mo. So, lahat ng water goblet, yun lang ang laman ng ating glass rack. Hindi mo pwedeng paghaluin po ang water goblet and then yung isa beer mug, no, insert mo sa ating glass rack. If you're not familiar with glass rack, ito yung may parang divider and then color white siya. Usually, ginagamit to sa catering. No? May mga division. Actually, nasa rin to nasa bar natin sa school. Yung pinaglalagyan ng baso doon sa baba, malapit sa sink. Yun yung glass rack natin. And then also, ano pa ba yung kasama sa pag-pick up ng equipment? Flatwares. So, must be put in a flatware rack or a utility plastic box container by type. By type ha, ibig sabihin ng by type, magkakasama ang dinner spoon, dinner fork, fish knife, steak knife, lahat ng klase ng ating flatwares. Yung nabanggit ko, meron siyang mga separate boxes or utility plastic box or flatware rack para hindi magsama-sama yung flatwares natin. Para kapag nag-request ang guest or gagamitin nyo na during the operation, hindi na kayo mahihirapan. Na kinakalkal nyo pa, ay nasa ilalim siguro yung fish knife. Ay nasa yan, andun ko yung nilagay sa bandang hulihan yung ating mga dessert spoon. So, mas maganda, may mga different racks and utility plastic box siya once we put it on a service station. Okay po? And remember, if plates are to be carried by hand, do it in a way that they are secured in both hands. So, kung limbawa naman, sobrang busy ng restaurant, hindi maiaalis yan, di ba? So, minsan maubusan tayo ng trolley or bus pan kasi ginagamit ng other staff, no? So, ngayon, para mas mapabilis yung trabaho, you need to use your both hands para makapick up ka ng gamit from the kitchen going to the service station. Okay? But make ingat lang para hindi tayo makabasag or hindi sa atin mag-cause yung accident. And also, wiping and polishing service wares, ayun, na-pick up nyo na lahat ng mga gagamitin for the opening of the restaurant, diba? Lalagay nyo na siya sa service station. Ngayon, alam naman natin it's already clean kasi galing na sa kitchen, nahugasan na yan, syempre. Pero, kailangan pa rin pala. Okay, sa letter B natin, we need to polish all the service wares. Ano yung mga wares na binanggit natin kanina? China wares, glassware, and flatwares. Kailangan pala ulit siyang i-polish. So, paano? So, prepare clean and dry wiping cloths. Make sure that ones intended for wiping utensils or service equipment are separated from those used in wiping hands and in wiping tables. So, madidistinguish natin siya by color class. So, kapag yung white color daw, yan, white color cloth for utensils siya. Okay? Utensils. Meaning, it can be yung China wares, pwedeng flatwares or glassware, So, puti lang po ang gagamitin natin, pang-polish or pang-wipe. Okay? And then yung blue daw is for our hands, yung F&B stuff. Syempre, there are times na mababasa yung kamay or maghuhugas ulit tayo ng kamay after natin mag-set up. So, may pangpunas kang pang-personal during the service operation, which is color blue dapat. And then green naman for the tables. So, syempre, magpupunas din ng tables. 'Di ba? Before maglagay ng tablecloth or bago pa mag-set up, bago mag-open ang restaurant, hindi mawawala ang pagpupunas ng mesa. So, green dapat ang gagamitin. So, that's why meron tayong color codes. Okay, and dry cutleries naman daw, China wears using clean dry cloth. Do not dry them in an electric fan as the air that circulates may carry dust and dirt. So once moist, use another wiping cloth. So there are times, no, minsan ano na to yung katamaran or substandard na lang yung ina-apply. Para mas mabilis, pinapatuyo na lang din kung may malapit na electric pan somewhere sa bar or malapit sa service station, parang hindi na magpupunas ang F&B staff. Pero mali yun. Kasi we need to use again another wiping cloth, no? Kung halimbawa medyo gamit na yung isang ano natin, yung isang white cloth natin. Kasi possible yun eh. Kung for the entire duty, isa lang ginagamit mong cloth, eh may tendency na magmo-moist na yan all throughout sa 8 hours na duty. So you need to have the backup or another set of wiping cloth. Okay? So do not put it on an electric fan and then patutuyuin nyo na doon kasi paano yung electric fan, maalikabok din, 'di ba? Di pumunta na sa plate. E pang set up nyo pa naman yan o pang serve sa guest. So, mahirap na. Okay? And then number 3 is wipe or polish chinawares and glassware. Ayan. Same thing lang yan dun sa 1 and 2 natin. And the letter C, preparing the service station and stocking the sideboard. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. The service station, we can use also the term like sideboard. Okay? So, ano ba to? So, from the definition, to expedite the flow of service, it is advisable to install a service cabinet or sideboard per area or station in the restaurant. So items placed on the sideboard and must be checked daily for cleanliness and condition. Okay, so I'll be giving you the assignment, no? Kung nanonood kayo at umabot kayo sa part na to, very good kayo kasi I will not announce the assignment at the end of the lesson, or I will not announce no any instruction, but my assignment is that you need to research a sample photo pag sinabing service station or sideboard, sending it sa ating group. Okay? Ayan. So I hope may umabot hanggang dito watching this lesson. Never to share this information to your classmate. Okay? And bala sila kung anong gagawin nila, bakit may sinisend sa group natin ng mga sample photo ng service station or sideboard. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan ninyo, na doon po natin nilalagay yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina pang types of different wares like chinawares, glassware, and flatwares. Sa service station na yon, ini-stock. Okay? Para makita nyo yung itsura. And then, okay, so na-define na natin yung mise en scene, yung mise en place as part of the opening of the restaurant. At nakita rin natin yung importance of briefing before the opening of the restaurant, as well as how you will pick up and clean equipment and supplies transferred to the service station at ano-ano yung mga kailangan yung i-transfer. So ngayon, with that, we need to make sure also, no, paano ba natin i-handle ng maayos yung mga supplies and equipment. Okay? Ito kasi napakahalaga rin ito eh. Kasi if we know the practice, that's good. Pero ang tanong minsan, alam ba ng F&B staff the way they will handle the equipment properly para ma-avoid yung mga breakages, no? Ma-avoid natin yung any accident during the service operation. So it's very vital, no, for you to know paano. So management invests substantial amount in supplies and equipment. Service stops are therefore expected that this equipment are handled gently and carefully. So stops should be sanitation and safety conscious. Equipment should be handled in the right spot. Stem glass by the stem, tumblers by the base, and flatware by the handle. Again, stem glass by the stem, tumblers by the base, flatware by the handle. Bowls should never be held by the rim. Yung rim or yung pinaka-mouth niya. Use appropriate underliner. So, pag magsaserve tayo ng, ng food, no, at the same time, mag-i-stock din tayo ng mga soup bowl or consomme cup or soup cup, kailangan may underliner siya. Never to handle it with the rim. Okay? Yung rim ng mismong bowl. The thumb should never show on the plate. Okay? So, sa side lang dapat nung pinaka-plate natin, hahawakan. Even nasa process pa lang tayo ng pag-i-stock ng equipment. So, ganun din siya pag nag-serve tayo ng pagkain, you never show your thumb on the plate, yung pinaka-rim niya. Nasa side lang siya. Sa pinaka-lining niya sa gilid. So when setting up cutleries as well as glassware, avoid leaving finger marks by using trays or by securing them inside a cloth napkin. Ayan. Never to touch the cutleries, no? Example natin, cutleries in any glassware ng ating bare hands. Sa cutleries, usually kailangan merong tissue or pwedeng table napkin, no? Naka-ano yan dyan, naka-cover. Or nasa ibabaw ng table napkin and tissue yung ating cutleries. Never to serve it to the guest na with your bare hands lang. And also glassware. If kailangan, no, na gumamit tayo ng ng cloth, mas maganda. Pero there are times pag nagsiserve, wala namang cloth, pero make sure mo lang yung hands mo is hindi makakapag-leave ng markings, lalo na kapag nagmo-moist yung mga drinks na isa-serve natin. Or punasan na lang yung glass siguro bago mo i-serve. Okay? Para avoid natin yung marking ng hands mo na maiwan dun sa glass. And also, to prevent breakages, be conscious of the rules. So we have classed the rules of equipment handling. So breakages are usually caused by the following factors. So we have number one, the mechanical impact, which is results from object to object collision. This is induced by stacking of glassware and chinaware and picking of glasses in bouquet or overloading of buspans and trays, putting cutleries inside the glasses. So mechanical impact. So again, from object to object. Halimbawa, nag-bust out tayo or pwede ring mag-set up. Alin sa dalawa? Okay, pwede ka mag-set up, pwede ring mag-bust out. So ginagawa ng F&B staff is pinagsasama-sama sa isang tray yung glass, yung cutleries, o yung mga kutsara, tinidor, even yung mga plato. Which is dito, tinuturuan tayo na dapat separate trays or separate racks yung pinaglalagyan per wares. Okay? And also, ano pa, there are times na pag nagligpit ng baso sa table is in bouquet. Sabihin, by 5 by 6, and then nakakutid lang ng kamay. So, may tendency na pwedeng madulas, pwedeng malaglag, o pwedeng mabitawan mo. So, use the bar tray, or pwedeng ilagay na natin pag maramihan sa ating glass rack pag nag-bust out tayo. Or same thing pag nag-set up. No? Saka madali minsan mag-set up ng table, binubukay yung paghawak na ng mga glasses. So, may tendency pong magkaroon ng breakages dyan. Okay? So, mishandling of equipment. Overloading of bus pans. Okay? Kung hindi naman talaga kasya at hindi na kayang buhatin or hindi na kaya nung bus pans yung mga ibabas out mong equipment and supplies, wag nating pagpilitan or pagkasyahin. Pwede namang balikan yung iba. Okay? And then putting cutleries inside the glasses. So, ito, I will use the word na lang din talaga, minsan katamaran para hindi na magpabalik-balik sa pagbabas out and whatsoever, yung mga cutleries natin sinushoot sa glass. Okay? Paano kung yung glass natin is medyo mahina, no? Yung quality. So, may tendency na pag salpak mo ng mga kutsara, tinidor, pag ligpit mo pa lang yan, pwedeng mag-crack yan. So, make sure natin, i-separate mo yung cutleries. Okay? So that's for the mechanical impact from object to object collision. Thermal shock result of sudden change of temperature. So kailan nangyayari to? When hot water is placed inside a chilled or cold glass naman, vice versa. Cold glass and then lalagyan mo ng mainit na tubig. And abrupt use of glassware after coming of the dishwashing machines. Okay, so that's for the thermal shock naman. So usually ito nasa part naman na to ng mga in charge sa bar. It's not the food attendant anymore kasi lalo na yung mga gumagawa ng drinks at nagsiserve, no? I mean, sineserve ng waiter and waitresses pero ang gumagawa ng mga different beverages, of course, is ang ating mga bar attendant. So, try to check the temperature, no? And also, wag nating i-practice yung from hot surface and then lalagyan natin ng cold. And then from cold, halimbawa galing sa chiller or cooler yung baso, then lalagyan natin ng mainit. So may tendency magkaroon ulit ng breakages dyan. And then improper handling and misuse of equipment, like what? Using the equipment for a purpose it was not intended for, such as using a glass to scoop ice, using knives for opening cans. Okay? So, familiar kayo dito sa pag-open ng can sa bahay to. Usually, no? Bigay kong halimbawa, magbubukas tayo ng mga kondensada, evaporada. Okay? Ngayon, wala tayong can opener sa bahay eh. So, pwede na to, kutsilyo na lang. Okay naman sa bahay yan. Pero, pag tayo nasa trabaho na, again, tinuturuan kayo na makita nyo yung standard ng trabaho gagampanan nyo soon is of course, you need to use the proper equipment. Kaya nga may familiarization din tayo at chinek nyo anong uses ng mga yun eh. Kasi may mga intentions bawat equipment. So, might as well to use that equipment kung saan lang talaga siya ginagamit. Para mas maalagaan natin yung gamit na yun. Okay? Kasi sa kitchen, you need to take care of the equipment. May tinanong ako sa inyo last time, no? May mga aspiring to be a chef. I asked them how you will take care of the equipments. And then, tama naman ang sinabi nila at sinagot sa akin na kailangan gamitin yung equipment kung saan lang talaga siya dapat gamitin. Which is good. Okay? And then, scoop ice. Wala tayong ice scooper. Diba? So, tendency, tinatabo na lang natin yung baso para yung yelo matransfer sa pitcher or kung saan mo itatransfer. Which is mishandling pala yan. Kasi, pwedeng mabasag yung baso. Lalo na kung all throughout the day, yun lang yung gamit mong pang scoop. So, might as well to scoop ice using the scooper. And then, inattentiveness or absent-mindedness. Ayan. So, ito naman sa part ng F&B staff because accidents often occur when service personnel are absent-minded or inattentive in executing services, especially when they are carrying breakable equipment. Yan. So, papasok minsan sa work, may sometimes ang example natin, no, malayo yung iniisip, andun yung katawan, pero yung kaluluwa natin, ang layo. What I mean is that, hindi ka nakafocus sa iyong trabaho on that day, so nagiging factor pala siya na tayo um, magkaroon ng accident breakage with the equipment na ating hawak. Okay? Kasi hindi mo hindi ka conscious doon ay teka lang, babasagin pala to, magsiserve ako ng drinks. Kaso malayo yung iniisip mo or for many reasons marami tayong reasons pwedeng ilagay dito sa number 4. So, ngayon, nagkakaroon ng problem pagdating sa pag-execute mo. Okay? So, yan yung number 4 natin. Environmental factors like greasy or wet floor, slippery floor, broken tiles, and blind doors. So, this is another factor naman for environmental. So, kaya nga, before the opening of the restaurant, might as well as part of the mise scene, we're checking the environment din eh. Yung mga broken tiles, dapat ma-check yan na kailangang iayos as soon as possible. Kasi pwedeng ang mga F&B staff natin ay um, delikado, pwedeng madulas or pwedeng maaksidente. And even yung mga blind doors, we need to put signage para alam din ng mga F&B staff, lalo na kapag peak hours na at busy na yung um, restaurant, ayan, meron mga signage na magre-remind or magpapaalala na you need to open this door kasi mukha pala siyang salamin lang, tagusan lang, kala mo daanan, 'di ba? May mga gano'n, eh. Kala ko kasi ano, eh, dire-diretso yung ano, yung way ko pa kusina. O nga pala, meron palang ano dun, pinto pala yun. Kahit gaano ka nakatagal sa work, minsan dahil sa dami ng tao or sa kabisihan, there are times that familiar ka na before, nagiging unfamiliar ka. So, we need to put signage as well. And then, signage din when it comes sa mga greasy and wet floor or slippery floor para hindi yun dadaanan ng ating F&B staff. Also, yung mga guests din natin, ma-protect natin. So, measures to avoid breakages, use trays when serving and busing. Proper system should be followed in stocking and storing equipment. Use appropriate door for entry and exit, and a separate door for entering and exiting should be installed to prevent collision. Use appropriate glass racks. Make sure that the glass is conveniently but not tightly inserted in a um what's this? In a cash rack, and bust out glasses separately from chinaware. Okay, and avoid overloading trays and bus pans. So I've explained already these measures no kanina. So I guess this is ayan, the end of our lesson for this morning. So I hope and pray you have learned something from today's lesson. So for your sit work, I'll be posting it to our Schoology, and I have another assignment as well. Pero kung nanood kayo, no, mula umpisa hanggang matapos nyo, alam nyo yung isang assignment na kailangan yung gawin within this day. Okay? So, if you have questions and clarification, class, do not hesitate to message me. So, this is the end of our lesson. Again, our topic, it's all about balikan lang natin para mas maliwanagan kayo about the preparing or the preparation of the restaurant area for the service. So, yung kabuuan nito, pinag-usapan natin the way you will open, of course, and close the restaurant. Same thing, yung magiging routine natin. And most importantly, we need to keep the first impression sa ating customers was once they enter. Okay? So, if no questions na, and wala na bang gustong i-clarify pa kayo in mind, pag meron, i-message nyo lang ako. Okay po? So, that's it for today. Thank you and God bless everyone. Goodbye!